Hey guys, welcome to my Khepri support guide. Today we're going to be doing 5 little topics on Khepri, going through ability breakdown, leveling order, gameplay scenarios, advanced mechanics, and how to build him. I've got commentary on each part, and I've got links below if you want to skip to the right time. Anyway, let's get on with the video. Khepri is a guardian. He deals magical damage. He's a very low damage guardian, but he's very high CC and very high utility. So Khepri's first part of his kit is his passive. His passive, as shown on the screen, is a ticking shield generator for his team. It's a very short range and it's worse in combat, so it's basically something you want to build up outside of combat and give your team an advanced health boost before the fight starts. Next up we have Khepri 2. Khepri 2 is one of the best abilities in the game. It's the reason why Khepri is so good. It shreds protections off enemies, and it also gives your team mitigation. Khepri 3 is a simple AoE long-range root. Nothing special about it. Doesn't do anything. It's just a root with a bit of damage on it. Finally, we have the main staple ability of Khepri, his ultimate, which is the revive tool. Now, Khepri has a lot of features in it that make it very, very good, and there's a lot of applications that we'll be talking about. So the first one is obviously just to revive someone. Now, what does it mean to revive someone? So reviving someone means when you ult someone and they go below 0 HP, or below 1 HP, so 0 is death, they'll get revived. After about 1 second of bobbing up and down, the spirit will come back to your body and will be placed behind you. But a revive really requires good timing. If you throw your ultimate too early, they'll stay on 0 HP and the revive won't do anything. If you throw it too late, they're dead and you can't use your ability. Sometimes it's really good to preemptively Khepri ult a jungler if you're in comms with them, so they can make a play, you Khepri ult them, they blink in, they go crazy for 3 seconds, they either get out or they get revived. First is always Rising Dawn. It's the only ability in his kit that hits both enemies and allies, therefore it's got double the value. It also hits the hardest level 1 out of all his abilities and puts him in the least danger. It's all 6 minions, whatever start you're doing. I always start with the 2 no matter what. Now level 2 you can either go for the pluck or the 3. The 1 lasts slightly longer level 1. And it also displaces enemies and brings them back into, for example, enemy minions. So usually I get the 1 because it can also be used for safety. The 3 is only if nothing's really going to happen and you're just throwing for poke, but it only hits for 60, so usually I'd get the 1 second. Third, I always get the third ability, whatever that may be. And then level 4, I always level Rising Dawn. Obviously, as a rule with pretty much every god in Smite, apart from 1 or 2 niche cases, leveling the ult level 5 is the most important thing to do. And I go back to maxing Rising Dawn again. Now, level 8 is where you get a lot of turning points with characters. Do you want to level the pull or the root? Now for me, the abduct is a very good ability that displaces enemies, and the duration increase, and the duration increase on the 1 is by 0.1 seconds, which is similar to the root. So really leveling either ability is not giving you much more value apart from the damage itself. Now, it's a lot easier getting off an extra damage or damage off on your ranged ability, which would be your root, compared to your melee pull ability that puts you in danger. Therefore, I always like maxing my 3 second, and obviously maxing the 2 out because it's the best ability, his best ability in his kit. Now, level 10, there comes a point where you think, okay, should I start leveling the ult? Should I start leveling the 3? Now, there's 2 thought processes here with which way you want to go. Now, Khepri is a long cooldown, 110 seconds. Each level of it only gives you 5% increased on the revive health and 2% extra on the movement speed, compared to about 50 damage on the 3. So the ult might be tempting because you're thinking, oh, it's great, if I revive someone, they get increased HP. But again, the problem with this is it is a long cooldown, it's very unlikely you're getting revived anyway. Usually it's used to get someone out of danger rather than to res them. The 3 is just a more normal ability, the one that you're more likely to get points in, more likely to hit. Therefore, I always recommend maxing the third ability out before putting your points in your ultimate. This is where Khepri gets difficult. You're getting to late game. You're grouping more with your team, maybe you've built a bit of cooldown, so therefore the ult gets way more valuable in terms of leveling it. I would say do whatever you want. Personally, I like maxing the 1 on Khepri. I like leveling the ult last. That's why I like doing it. The increased pull duration gets more value in your team's group because 0.1 seconds extra matters a lot more when you're 5-man grouped compared to when you're just 2 people in dual lane. So that's why I do it this order, but I can understand why someone might be more comfortable leveling the ult, especially if you're just trying to play for the ult, you're not ever plucking someone. I can understand that. That's always the way I level Khepri. I understand a lot of people say like, oh, maybe I should max the 1 first. But again, I'm going to say the 2 is both the lowest cooldown. It applies on both allies and enemies, so it's twice the value. And the 1 puts you in a lot of danger. And the 3 is good damage, but it's not the same type of peel as what a 3-second damage reduction, 3-second shred is on the 2. Anyway, that's how I level Khepri. And next up, we've got the gameplay scenarios. I've got 3 clips that I pulled from a game from stream, links below. I'm going to be going through the clips just about what's going on and what's happening in them. The first clip here is we're diving a tower. I see my Ola get a stun on the Maui, and as you can see, I throw my 2 during the CC chain and then grab him. The 1 is not affected by DR, and doing the 2 means that I try to further protections for my team. Then we siege the tower, giving my team instructions. I notice my Ola's jumped in, so I know he's weak right now. I root the Khepri and turn him again to shred those protections. And you see how low I am. I'm not doing anything. I'm holding my meditation, holding my shell. The Yorm's ulting. It's my job now to spread out from my allies and get out the way. Now, I'm the only one that's low. That's why I ulted myself. The ID did get blown up, but trust me, it was best to use my ult on myself there. Again, timing the ult correctly is the most important thing. It's just a highlight of spacing yourself from your allies so you don't overlap and then you get really good ults off. Next up again is just showing that you want to root, maximize the duration of the root into your 2, and then pull as the root runs out. That maximizes the CC duration. Making sure you're not pulling straight off the root unless they've got an escape is really important. Just a bland Khepri clip here, but just showing that you can use your 2 on minions as well. Again, giving that protections to minions, or the mitigation, sorry. And last clip here, I revive a Susano with his 3 on the ground. He gets revived, and he presses 3, teleports back in, and kills Poseidon for a quadra kill during scrims.
I've never seen that before.
Hi guys, we're in my build part of my guide with another 50 people. You could be one of them if you wanted to have a look at what I think each character should build. Now let's talk about Khepri. So Khepri starter wise, I would always go Benevolence. He's a very passive god, not very aggressive. You're going to be following your teammates if anything, not going to be leading, which means the procs from Sentinels don't get as much use. So I'd go Benevolence 90% of games. Now I go Thebes, not over Cloak. The reason why is because Cloak is very good if you're posing a threat on the enemy and they're scared of you. If you're going Cloak on Khepri, your 3's not hitting very hard. They're not really scared of you, and they might actually engage on you while you try and get greedy for a Cloak stack. Thebes is guaranteed. It's guaranteed, and that's what you want with Khepri. You want to get guaranteed farm, guaranteed items to get to late game where you're really going to thrive. You know, he is the best god late game for support. He's got the best kit. That's it. Now, I like going Sov. Khepri has quite long-ranged abilities with his 3 to put people in combat. He's also fairly safe with his 1. So mages aren't really a threat to you because you're not engaging on people. Mages are very good at dishing out damage while you go on them. So you don't really have to worry about magicals, which is why I like going item like Sov. Now, you can't go other items here. You can go Spirit Robe if you're against, like, for example, like Poseidon or a Maui. I don't think you have to. I think a Sov is usually the best way to go. And with Meditation, Sov and Thebes, you're very, very tanky, and you can give a lot of help to your backline. Now, third slot, honestly, I could do this. I could do this for Khepri. Oh, well, I couldn't do that. Just imagine. Yeah, I've messed it up massively. Okay, I could do that with Khepri, but I'm not going to. I think Shogun's works really well because you're around your hunters quite a lot. Now, you can go for items like Binding. Binding's OP right now. Going Binding third would never be bad. But I think with Khepri, you want to build for your backline, whatever's going to enable them. The Shogun's, very efficient item for your hunters. Binding, very efficient item for everyone. And again, like I said before, building 1 Spirit's Robe just to make sure you can't die. Either a Magi's or Spirit's Robe is very, very important. Into Ymir, for example, you see a lot of Pro League supports go, well, they'll go Magi's. And the reason for that is that Ymir's only got 1 crowd control. If they've got 1 big crowd control, like a Nijar ult, or a Bastet ult, or a Ymir freeze, it's going to put you under duress. You want to build a Spirit's Robe or a Magi's to immune that, and then counter-engage. Get your 2, get your 1 off, pull an enemy, and then your relic, usually for me, is going to be a Bracer, or a shell. This god's all about peel. And in advanced mechanics, really Khepri's utility comes down to using the ult correctly. Timing the ult, you want to be really careful as you go up and up in ranks, or as you get better and better in casuals, people are going to start leaving the person alive from the Khepri ult. So if you ult someone at full HP, they're just going to get them to low, and then let the Khepri run out after 5 seconds, and then kill them afterwards. So you need to time your Khepri ult properly. As shown in the clip here on towers, again, if you ult too early, and especially if you use your 2 while with the ult, you can end up mistiming Khepri ult. Khepri is the true support, and I think this video hopefully will show you a little bit why you want to play him and how you want to play him in the future. Anyway, I'll be doing more of these guides, so let me know if you want to see anything more about certain characters and whether you want more areas broken down. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.